Front Stoop, what's popping with you? It's your boy Sim. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Underground Radio. It's been a long time, and I'm glad to be back. We're going to jump right into it. I got my man Eru with me. We got Darley in the building. And we got some things we're going to talk about before we even get into any music on the contest that we'll be having where independent hip-hop artists can win studio time and a free spotlight on the Front Stoop, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and get into it. Bring Darley, bring Eru in the building. Fellas, what's popping with you, man? Darley, what's good with you, bro?
Salute to everyone who's watching. Thank you guys for coming back. Plan here is to help people grow, and this is to me all about artist development and helping people get better. This is what this is about, helping other people get better in this business, learn about the business and things like that. Sim and I have had extensive conversations about figuring out ways to, make this platform something that can help people. So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Eru, what's popping, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm glad for this opportunity to do this type of thing, man. I love rap music. I love hip hop, and I just love everything that you've been doing on all your platforms, and also with my man here was just saying, it's good to be here. Good to be involved in something like this.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And what we're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure those who were in the chat and remember Underground Radio, we would play 5, 6 songs and we would review those songs, and it would normally just end up to good exposure for the artist. But we're taking it to another level now. My man Darley built a studio, and it's a dope studio. And we want to give artists a chance to get in that studio free of charge. So basically, each week, we'll have about 4 songs that we review. And the winner from that week will be entered into a contest to win studio time at Darley's studio. Right? What's the name of what's the name of the studio again, dog?
The name of the studio is Atmosphere Audio. And, just real quick, I named it this because I wanted this to be a space where it feels like home. Like it's commercial in every sense, but it feels like you're at home. You want to feel comfortable. I felt like I've made a lot of my best music from home because I'm around things I like. So here, it's supposed to give you that homey kind of feeling, and it feels like an atmosphere where you're comfortable. You can sit. The air is nice. I put scents in here. It's really like, you can have your artistry kind of just flow out of you rather than be, constrained by like studio time and that kind of stuff. It's like, forget about all that stuff. It's about the music at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. And that's dope. That's dope. And we have a video here so that you can kind of get an idea of what Atmosphere Audio is about. We'll go ahead and rock this little video right here so you can understand what Atmosphere Audio is. And then, we'll start getting into some music. All right? And I'll say this. I'm going to put it in the chat. If you want to submit music, you go to frontstoop.live and you can, there's a link there for you to submit music, and you can submit your music right there, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and jump into this promo video for Atmosphere Audio. And then and then after that, we'll start getting into some music. All right, so here we go. Looks like a dope studio, Darley. Word up.
Yeah,
Looks like a dope studio. Tell me.
You notice the orange and blue?
The orange and blue. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. The
It don't
orange
matter,
and blue.
man. I'm always
The
gonna
orange and blue.
represent.
Tell me, what did you have to do for those out there that might be looking and wanting to build a studio? What did you have to do to get that studio together?
Well, personally, I started working in a recording studio since I got out of high school. I interned pretty much right away. Since I was 19, I was interning. The studio called Engine Room Audio. There I got to kind of see the layout of like how to run a recording studio, because it's not just, take your money and press. And if you're doing it personally, that's one thing that's easy. But if you're doing it for, commercial reasons, like in my case, there's a lot you have to look into. So it's there's a lot to it. But the most important thing is just like just trying to build this through music. It's not that it's impossible. It's just that you have to be really, really good. In my case, I couldn't just make enough money to build this through music. I had to venture out into IT, which I have a background in. So that was the way that I was able to get back into it. And since I already had relationships, it was like kind of easy for me to do it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. No doubt. I mean, it looks like as far as, the equipment that you decided to put into your studio, you want to tell people what's there, what you have there?
Right. Well, the some of the stuff that I have, it's like the Neve 1073. I have two APIs, 312s, an LA two-way, and 1176, Universal Audio, U87. It's the works. The 251. There's a lot of good pieces. It's just basically pieces that they're all tools, man. At the end of the day, I can make a $100 mic sound like $1,000 mic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
Yeah.
is.
And, for those who are just general music listeners, you may not know everything that he's talking about, but those who are studio heads, equipment heads, I mean, I'm a super duper equipment head. I got boxes and boxes of old equipment that's just stacked in my closet. You know what I mean? I'm one of those people that I get equipment and I never throw the box away. I keep all the box. I keep all the manuals. I keep all the wires. I keep everything. They always come with stickers and bags. I got a door full of stickers. You know what I mean? And I put I put my boxes away. One, I kind of like having the boxes. Two, if I ever decide to sell it, you know what I mean? You get a higher value. You get more value for that piece of equipment if you got the box and the manual and the original chords and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you'll get a chance if you submit music. You'll get a chance to do some work in the studio. Darla, you want to just give people a quick, let them know who you are, where you're from, what your resume is like.
Right. So me, like I said, I've been working since I was 19. I interned in a commercial studio. And because of that opportunity, I got to work with a lot of names and records that you've heard on the radio. I got to work with Trey Songz on Tremaine. I got to work with Nipsey Hussle. Got to work with Redman, Dave East, SZA, Let me see. It's a lot. Lil Uzi Vert. That's just some of the ones that come off the top of my head. But like, and I did a lot of podcasts as well, like DJ Envy and stuff like that. But we had like a good relationship with Def Jam, so I had a lot of Def Jam artists come through. And then Atlantic would also send artists from time to time. So it was like a revolving door of like, you know, commercial artists and things like that. And I'm personally from the Bronx, so you know I grew up here in New York. I'm Dominican. Like for me, music was always around me, especially hip hop. Being in the Bronx, so I personally have a bachata background just because I'm Dominican. So that's the first music I ever sang and stuff like that. But for me, like being in the Bronx, it's inevitable, and I can't never say that word, inevitable, that you know you're gonna be around hip hop. So that's my like, I guess it's I had to learn it, and then I ended up falling in love with it. And shoot, there's the one I guess group that I worked the most with was the Flatbush Zombies, because I was their engineer and I built their recording studio and everything. And that also opened up other doors where I got to work with Jadakiss on a record. So, so you know, it's kind of like all ties in together in a way.
Yeah,
it's
no
a
doubt.
lot.
Nah, no doubt about it, man. Ebro, anything you want to add in here, jump in there before we get to get to our first record?
Well, you know, you mentioned the Bronx, but your studio's in Brooklyn, so I was going to ask you, you know, what's the connection with the Brooklyn studio? But you mentioned Flappers Zombies, so.
Well, I noticed with them, right, what they had is something similar to this at the time. Now they're gone from here. They all live in California. But when they were here, their studio was in Brooklyn, and they already had the space. I just kind of put everything together in there, like all the wiring and everything, and some of the equipment. We bought some more stuff like that. And that kind of inspired me to say, like, hey, I can do this on my own. I can see myself doing this. And so most people, you know, I have friends who have studios in the Bronx, and like their business is successful. The thing with me is that the culture is very different in the Bronx for the studios there and here. And the main thing for me is that I don't smoke, and I don't want smoke in my room. So to me, this space, you can't smoke anywhere in the building. So when I tell people, hey, you can't smoke in here, it's easy for me to do that just because they physically just can't in here, because everyone will smoke, and then because of the ventilation system. In the Bronx, you tell somebody they can't smoke, they won't come to your studio, they'll go to another studio. And it's proven true, because even when somebody calls me and they're like, hey, I want to book studio time, and I tell them, hey, like, you can't smoke here. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, okay, then I'm not gonna book. I'm just go to one over here where I can, because you know, it's the music business. People do it, but it's just something that in my space I didn't want. I wanted this to be a place where you work and not party. Like, I don't mind if people drink and whatever, but it's just a matter of like, I don't come from that. I come from wanting to do work. I don't want to be here babysitting grown men. That's really what it came down to.
I feel you on that, because I've been in a lot of situations where people come, you know, to my studio and you know, they think it's party time, you know, and I get it, right? You know, you're with your friends, and it's a time to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? So you want to enjoy it, and they see all the videos, you know, of all these, you know, artists, rappers, or whatever that's, you know, in the studio, movies, whatever, in the studio, partying, smoking, drinking, girls all over the place, hanging all over them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But in reality, you got 2 or 3 people in the studio, and you're there to get the work done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people want to sit and joke and laugh and, you know, take phone calls, this and that and the third. And then at the end of the day, when they get the bill, they're like, wait a minute, I only booked 2 hours. Why are you charging me for 4? I'm like, because you was in here for 4 hours. You need to come here prepared and ready to go.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you would also see, like, it's crazy to me. People will, like, sometimes book time, pay their deposit, and then not show up.
Yeah.
And that to me is bananas. You paid for something that you didn't even use.
Right.
So.
Right. You know, it's definitely crazy.
Yeah, I want to shout out the area too, man. That's by Woodhull Hospital, right?
Right. It's Williamsburg,
Sumner,
technically. Yeah.
yes, some of the projects down the block. You got Puerto Rican Boulevard down there, whatever, Flushing Avenue. So I
Right.
know the area really well, man. So the energy for the neighborhood itself, is a good
Beautiful.
atmosphere for music, man. So
Yo,
yeah,
I absolutely love this space. It's like a hub. It's like I'm literally half a block away from the train on Flushing Ave station. I have a whole bunch of food around me everywhere. I love to eat, so there's food all around me. It's very diverse.
Okay.
Like I see white people in city bikes. I also see brothers, and it's like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans. It's like a melting pot here, bro. I love that.
yeah. You got a Planet Fitness down the block. You got
Yup.
Walgreens. You got mad Spanish food places around there, Cuchi Fritos and stuff like that. It's a good spot, man. So,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, man. That's what's up. I'm looking forward to when I come up for the Knicks game, stopping
Yeah, I
through,
told you.
seeing
You
what
gotta
see
come.
what's popping and whatnot. Hopefully, time is gonna permit so I can stop through. We'll find a way to get it done.
Nah, you gotta
find a
come,
way to get it
Sam.
done.
If you're over here, you gotta come and
Yeah.
do the pod from here.
Yeah, we're gonna find a way to get it done. Let's get into our first song of the night. And this guy, his music's been on underground radio a bunch of times. His name is J Wop, and the name of this song is called Gold. All right, J Wop is from Phoenix, and really all I have from his bio is this. It says, "I've always been a sponge. I soaked up as much throughout my experience." Now he said, "I soaked up so much throughout my experiences that when I began to make music, my ability to create a setting and paint a picture was next level. All the while, I've always tried to create to relate to the common man simply because that's who and what I am." So this is J Wop, and the name of the song, ladies and gentlemen, is Gold. And when we come back, I do want to talk to you. We're doing it, we're giving artists a chance to get into the studio. But I want to talk about what we're going to do if that artist is not from New York. All right, but we'll get into that. Let's take a listen to the song now. This is J Wop, Gold. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wrong song. Let me rewind that one. Let me get J Wop in there. That's a song that we're gonna get later on, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. Here we go.
Nah, you straight away just like a house cat, but you right back here. You fell in love with the production like my name Mike Will. Well, goddamn, ain't no more simple things. Do your thing like Lisa Ray, now you secure. But baby, in this culture, we love Issa Rae. But I know you walk that fine line between getting gas and not having driving. Ignoring niggas that just saying hi. That was my perception from the other side. Now this shit changing, my name ring. And on my pinky is the same thing. Sidetrack with a sidebar, but unfortunately, that's what the gang bring. Tell you what it is, tell you what it ain't. But never tell what's inside the bank. But a candy girl dripping candy paint. But this 25 on pump 8. Said I'm on the way, but don't rush me. Babe, I know you don't love me. You just fucked up, cause you still think that an audience come with floor seats. I never been friends with Superman. Rather run the streets like a hooligan. When it's dark out and the clubs close and the bad bitches start Ubering. So don't hit my line till like after 2. Liquor coma to the afternoon. You been frustrated, I been dumb faded. Wanna win a nigga, I ain't mad at you.
Hey, I'm just checking in on you. I guess. I don't know. It's just like, I know she been thinking off and stuff. Yeah. I don't want to say that you changed up, but like, you changed up.
Bit that pussy pop. When I drop the top on my new whip and spin your block like a rubric. Stanley Kubrick should've captured that shit. Girl, if the shoe fit, bet the hoes that you got on ain't as half as clean as my new bitch is. That I bought with the bread from this music. You say wouldn't do shit, but it's cool. It ain't no chip on my shoulder. Shoulder some new shit that I would've put you on, but fuck it, you hear the songs. You know the vibes. Thought you were right for me, girl, and you did me wrong. And now I'm on. And you somewhere exactly where you belong. I used to trip when I wanted to flex on you. Now I'm like, fuck it, don't think nothing of it. Had none of my name. I work hard for the chain, baby. Why would I tuck it? I rock it in public. I ran up the bat and I did it again. Niggas thought I got lucky, I did it again. Came up from nothing, I'm in it to win. Baby, just like a suffix, you see in the end. Don't know where to begin. I was better at first, but I'm better because it ain't break me, it's nothing. Ain't studying nobody that's trying to test me. No more, I'm disgusted. Make some adjustment like Rihanna caught me and asking that drums will whoop when the brass said no repercussion can stop me from stunning on you for forever. End of discussion. Bitch.
I just hope everything is everything. I
friends with Superman. Rather run the streets like a hooligan when it's dark out and the clubs close and the bad bitches start Ubering. So don't hit my line till like after 2. Liquor coma to the afternoon. You been frustrated, I been dumb faded. Wanna win a nigga, I ain't mad at you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that right there was J Wop. The name of the song is Gold, and let me look and see the feature on that track. I don't see the feature listed on the song when he submitted it, but Darley, your thoughts, man?
Yeah, the record really well recorded, really well produced. The beat bumped and everything. The vocal sat well and everything. I liked his voice a lot too. Like, he sounds like he could be on the radio, and we're starting off strong. Sam is what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
I'm gonna be brutally honest about things, and for one, I think that record is. It's the type of record that maybe I wouldn't hear it on the radio, but his voice definitely would go on the radio. It's just because I feel like it to me it feels like a throw in an album kind of thing, like something you would put in between one section and another to kind of make a transition. But with that being said, the quality is A1, and I think for J-Wop, the sky's the limit if that's the kind of quality that he's gonna keep putting out.
And let me tell you, I've heard a bunch of his songs because he's submitted a lot of music, and we've played him before in the past. And he's versatile, he's lyrical, and that is the quality of everything that I've heard. It's been that level of quality. You know what I mean? And the videos have been high quality videos as well. This kid is definitely talented. I don't know what kind of team he has behind him, but he's got a future. He's definitely got a future. Evil, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Sonically, I always like to hear when I listen to things. I want to see how it affects my spirit. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like the energy that he was given, just just like especially his voice. Shout out to Greg Castillo in the chat. He was like, he liked the first guy's voice and the second guy's bars. I agree with that. I think they were a good tandem. The sound was nice and smooth. I like the content. The visual was cool too, man. And these guys are professionals, so this is a good first one. This is a good joint right here.
Yeah.
You know what it felt like too, like his cadences. You said he's from Arizona,
Phoenix, yeah.
Phoenix, right? So, that's West Coast kind of like the R's, like the way that they
Right.
pronounce it. It's very, they pronounce their R's. Where here in like the East Coast we don't, like at least in New York we don't pronounce we say for R's or whatever. So in their case, it's like he has that style down packed, and I think that's what I like about it. Is like when he was speaking, I understood everything that he was saying, and
Right.
that's important because nowadays with trap music and stuff like that, I don't know what half the people are saying, and
Yeah.
the fact that you can is good.
He's being a young guy, I'm sure he could probably rap on any track that the younger generation makes, but he could probably get on a track with somebody from the older generation and still hold his own. You know what I'm saying? Because of his style, you know what I mean? Gregory Castillo asked, are they a duo or are they separate artists? They're separate artists. He just had the other guy featured on his track. And Cheaty said, this is Downtown Phoenix. He said the song is dope. He said the biggest complaint about Phoenix radio is that it's full of LA transplants. Our artists can't get any airtime, so I really appreciate this. Wow, that's something crazy. I'd say this. At least I'm in D.C. In D.C., local artists barely get played at all. Right? The local radio stations here all play, major artists. When there aren't any radio stations that really, you may have a late Sunday night or something like that where they play some local artists, but local artists barely get any play unless they're really making a name for themselves.
Yeah, That's what he did back in the days too, man. Like with underground radio and stuff. It was Stretch and Bobito. You get the whole Brooklyn experience, the whole New York vibe, whatever. So me as somebody that likes music, I'm thirsty to find out what other cities are doing. Like Arizona coming out with music, and these are legit Arizona guys, and not just guys from LA or somebody from Louisiana or something or Texas that came up. So I appreciate it, man. Good artist there.
Yeah, that's what Kai Vase is saying in the chat. He said, I like that he's from Phoenix, too. He should really rep that and put AZ on the map. Yeah, because you don't hear many artists from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, him being from Phoenix and, like, he has a sound to him that I'm not going to say I've heard anywhere else. Maybe he has influences from other artists, which is completely fine, but he has his own sound, and you can tell that he's been taking time to hone that sound.
Yeah. So I'll be looking forward to hearing more from him in the future, and we'll definitely get more music from him. And as we get more music, we'll definitely play it. I wanted to get to you, Darlie, about I was asking you about okay, he's from Phoenix. Let's say an artist at the end of the month wins, and he's from Phoenix or she's from Phoenix. How do you plan to work with him?
Right. So we're still gonna do the artist spotlight, but obviously it's gonna have to be through Zoom and through whatever we use to stream them, because we still want to give them shine. We spoke about putting them on a playlist. You said that that artist that you were gonna put them on a playlist anyways if they were on the top of the list anyways. But the main thing is I still will mix the record. So if you can get it recorded, you send it to me, I will get it mixed. I will pay for it to get mastered by professionals, people who do mastering. Because I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of people that will say that they do mixing and mastering. They're two completely different services, and you need a special room to master, believe it or not, because what mastering is, it's getting the music to sound and it's scoping it to essentially, when you hear it on the radio and you hear it next to another hip-hop record, it should sound like a hip-hop record, not like a rock record, not just be loud, because just being loud does not make it better. So I go to my guys like Mark Christensen, Dan Millis, my other, I got a couple guys that they just do mastering. They have a room for it. They have analog gear that they run it through, and they charge a lot, but I will pay for it in order to get you guys, the same type of quality. If you guys just get it recorded, because obviously that's not something I can do from here.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope business right there, and I think there's going to be a lot of people excited about that. Let's get into another track. This artist here, his name is Lloyd II. The name of the song is No Remorse, and let me tell you a little bit about Lloyd II. He's from PG County, Maryland. He said DMV's own Lloyd II hails from PG County, Maryland. He's bringing a perfect blend of hip-hop and trap over dope instrumentation. His music is the definition of product of your environment. He said, I make music to share my stories so people who lived a similar life can relate and listen for energy and motivation. All right, so this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Lloyd II. The name of the song is No Remorse. Let's get it.
808 cut sound.
Loud, music. Tony Jr.
FD, DJ Flair, make the money flare.
Yeah, me and my niggas is cold-blooded. We do not show no remorse. Yeah, you know I keep it a whole 100. You niggas coming up short. Yeah, I walk around with that torch, trapping like that shit a sport. Yeah, I started off with a half a zip. Now my rib could buy me a Porsche. Damn, me and Fat Drip got the drop on you niggas. It's bombs away on the game. Promise I'm slicing a piece of your tongue if I heard that you spoke on my name. Yeah, I'ma go off the chain. All of my dogs insane. Yeah, Resident Evil, my niggas is lethal like zombies, we ain't got no brain, yeah. I'm a ventriloquist, I make that money talk, I make that money walk, look. I know you feeling this. Loud music records, this shit hit like bumper cars. Whoa, we really killing shit. Fuck all that tough talk. I just pull up and spark. Whoa, I move so militant. Slide with them pistols. You know I'm from Langley Park. Ayy, light your ass up like you scared of the dark. Blood in the street, man. I call that shit art. Ice in my vein, I got ice in my heart. I put one in your brain when I aim like a dart. Niggas knew I was insane from the start. Caught me a pound and I break it apart. I cannot stop train to go like a cart. I was feeding the streets, I was ducking them narcs. Niggas want smoke, I'ma roll me. One boy tried to rob me, but I had a loaded gun. I had to spark it, he dropped on the carpet. These niggas ain't know they can't fuck around with Tony, son. I'm Lloyd the second, but I'm still the chosen one. I just might flood your whole block with petroleum. Ain't into talking, you gotta come show me, son. I take your life for a debt, so don't owe me none. Look, all of that shit niggas talking be bull. Keep trying to push me, them triggers get pulled. Loud in the building, it smell my aroma. The shit that I smoke will put you in a coma. I'm a trapping villain in a cash religion, adding digits all day like a mathematician. People, when you niggas start acting different, so I bought a new glizzy and the mask came with it. Cause me and my niggas is cold-blooded. We do not show no remorse, yeah. You know I keep it a whole 100. You niggas coming up short, yeah. I walk around with that torch, trapping like that shit a sport, yeah. I started off with a half a zip, now my rib could buy me a Porsche, damn. Me and Fat Drip got the drop on you niggas, it's bombs away on the game. Promise I'm slicing a piece of your tongue if I heard that you spoke on my name, yeah. I'ma go off the chain, all of my dogs insane, yeah. Resident Evil, my niggas is lethal like zombies, we ain't got no brain, yeah.
Hit him close range with the Drake. Step on his head, I'm a motherfucking snake. Backdoor shit, clean him up with the rake. Know them work out, push me up, Bitty Blake. 2 styrofoam cups for the 8. Chop his ass down with the blade. You niggas sweet, lemonade. I'm in the you try slide. These niggas really pussy try hide. I'm in the streets, nigga, do or die. Tote that fat shit, blow your mind. You really talking to them, why you lie? When I wanna block, nigga, keep that eye. I got some real killers outside. Red tips through your spine. There go the RP, just peek through the blinds. Shots fired, 100 times. Knock the ball off the Parkbury bars. I had hoop dreams, no NBA. Smoked the op, no DNA. Got a new plug, look like Young and May. Got a new Drake, got a custom made. Want a whole P, need 42 straight. Spent this bit, had to switch up plates. Crushed the op, had to switch up states. Too many bitches, had to switch up dates. Yeah, FD. Damn, I got that much beat left? Let me hear that shit.
Me and my niggas is cold-blooded. We do not show no remorse, yeah. You know I keep it a whole 100. You niggas coming up short, yeah. I walk around with that torch, trapping like that shit a sport, yeah. I started off with a half a zip, now my rib could buy me a Porsche, damn. Me and Fat Drip got the drop on you niggas, it's bombs away on the game. Promise I'm slicing a piece of your tongue if I heard that you spoke on my name, yeah. I'ma go off the chain, all of my dogs insane, yeah. Resident Evil, my niggas is lethal like zombies, we ain't got no brain, yeah.
X-ray.
All right. E-Roll, I'm gonna start with you, man. Your first thoughts on that track right there.
Well, first off, I'm not really into the gunplay music. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I get why people like certain songs like that. I'm from the hood too. I remember MOP and that type of thing. But to get back to the artist, I don't really like the trap stuff. The chorus was dope. I thought the song itself was okay. But what opened my eyes with Lloyd II was maybe like the end of his verse. He kind of switched his flow up a little bit, and that kind of like maybe made me want to listen to something else. Maybe he rhymes like that more occasionally, and rather than just the typical trap stuff. So his little feature too was decent. Maybe a little bit drawn out, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't bad. It was a good effort. But that end of that the Lloyd II's first verse, I'm kind of intrigued. I want to see a little bit more of that side of him.
Yeah. Okay. Darley?
I come from a younger generation, so to me, I could see that playing at the club or something, people having a good time kind of thing. But I think it's definitely a type of song that just because of in the place that we are now and just the music, I could see it also getting on the radio. The only thing is that obviously there's a lot of gunplay and stuff like that, that stuff is not radio friendly, but obviously, people clean that up. But I want to talk about this like sonically. There's something that is more subjective than anything, but I felt like the vocals were a little bit thin. I don't know if they were recording straight into an interface. But I felt like it needed color. It needed the sound. I just wanted it to be a little bit fatter, maybe just a little bit wider, specifically on the chorus, because that's the most important part of the song. It's the thing that repeats. So when even I thought maybe when the feature came on, maybe it sounded a little bit different, but it sounded the same. So I'm assuming they maybe recorded this all in the same day or in the same place. But my recommendation is that wherever they're getting wherever they're getting it recorded, make sure that they're using a preamplifier, like an external preamplifier that has color, because right now it just sounds very thin. And maybe back off a little bit on the compression when they're mixing, because it's taken away from the consonants and the things that punch in your face. It's like a box right now. And you kind of want that to punch you in the face every time somebody says a word. And compression can take that, and basically if the attack is not in the right place, it can mess with it.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard bass that hits boom, all of a sudden it just doesn't have the same vibration when it hits because it's been compressed so much. A lot of times what happens is, and I don't know any details on where they get things mixed, but a lot of times you can get these filters that are already in or
Presets?
already presets that are already in your stuff, and you mess around with the presets, and and you kind of overmix it, and then you take away. Some presets are good, but people throw the presets on and then they try to continue to mix with the presets, and maybe you overmix it and compress it a little bit too much, because people have put some dynamics on it and then go and master it and then do this, and or throw the master effect on it, let's say, and just take it away too much, take too much away from it. And, and this is the reason why it's always good to go to somebody else, because you recorded the song. Let's say, obviously you recorded the song. You've been listening to the lyrics. You've been listening to the beat. Your engineer's been listening to the beat. Your engineer was there with you mixing the song. So like your ears get worn to the song.
Right.
Your ears get very warm.
That's called demoitis.
Yeah, and you need to have somebody else, hearing it and listening to it.
It's like you get so used to the way that it sounded rough, that when it comes down to getting the final product together, now it feels like something is wrong, because now it's been molded in a way that you're not used to. And it's not necessarily, it might be better, but you were just so used to listening to it, hearing it a certain way. Yeah. And it's like, it's kind of like my one of my neighbors here has this piece called the Rupert Neve Master Bus Processor. And what this does is, like, when you're done with the mix, you pass it through it and it gives it color. And when I was messing with it the other day, I was like, yo, it's like I hear things, but it's very subtle. And then I was like, but as soon as I took it away, it's like, oh no, I need that back. I need that back. Like, it's like it's something like that. Like that's really what it needs. It needs like life more than anything.
Okay. All right. As far as the rapper itself, I thought he was okay. Technically, he was cool. I didn't like, at the end of each bar, he had a or you can, sometimes you can hear, you can hear him breathe. You know what I mean? But
that's also the compression, and brings that quiet stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. Brings that stuff up. But the little sound effects that he himself would make at the end of each bar, I wasn't a fan of that. Jay-Z does it a lot. Jay-Z, I don't know if he started it, but at least he made it popular, and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really a big fan of that. You know what I mean?
I'm not a fan of the stuff too. Yeah, I get it. That's the young people stuff, man. But
where are they from?
Kind of do without it.
Maryland, PG County, Maryland. Yeah. And then to go back, all the stuff about the gunplay, I look at them too, and I don't believe it whatsoever. Looking at them too. You know what I mean? I don't.
I didn't want to say that, but you usually took the words out of my mouth with that.
I mean, I don't believe it whatsoever. And I will say to them, I'm pretty sure that they were fake guns, but if they were real, I hope you got your proper paperwork, because you will get 3 years if you're in Maryland, and you already put the video out. So just to let you know. All right. Let's get to one more song here, man, and then We'll talk a little bit more about that. This artist, his name is Mula Da Vinci. He said he is here to uplift the youth by showing someone from poverty can make a better life for themselves. Mula Da Vinci exemplifies that by pursuing something he is passionate about, which is making music, learning the music business, and performing live. So the name of this song is Protect Your Peace. His name is Mula Da Vinci. And you know what? I don't have in here where he's from, but, I can find out. We'll find out if he's somebody that, we want to do something with anytime in the future. We just reach out to him. Again, this is Mula Da Vinci, ladies and gentlemen. Protect Your Peace.
Look, I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace, Gotta keep my third eye open, cause a lot of niggas mad on the low that I'm chosen. The feelings that you hold like your hairline, need to let it go like you Elsa from Frozen. I accept who I am, why you cynical? I invest in my plans for residuals. I've been seeing a return on my manifestations. I just stay down and remain patient. Used to wonder as a kid why everybody hated on Chris, but everybody loved Raymond. Used to feel like a chef when I cook ramen. Now it give me major pain like my name Damon. Bad vibes got me rubbing on my crystals. Bad vibes got me clutching on my pistol. I'm a little bipolar, gotta let you know the deal, so you better keep it kosher like a pickle. I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace. Look, I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace. Look, smoke medication while I'm meditating. Big Dutch like a glove full of Gary Payton. Looking in the sky through the universe. I'm kinda high RN like a student nurse. Never really was a fan of religion. I understand more, now I'm tapped into my spirit. I be fucking up the game like a cheat code. I get high, listen to Janae Aiko, for real though. I'ma do anything to remain peaceful. We are not equal. Disrespect me, I'ma shoot him in his foot. Get the pinky like it's Delarice toe. I'm a monster in the future cause I'm on beast mode. I gotta keep that heater on wherever we go. Cause it's a very cold world as far as we know. I can see through the bullshit. So don't classify me a woke rapper cause I'm doing this. I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace. Look, I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Mula Da Vinci. I like that song. Darling.
All right, so I like this song. The thing is that whoever engineered it, I could tell they're new to it. So for example, the delays on the vocal, on the main vocal, there's a delay behind it that you hear throughout. It's like a slapback delay.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that you gotta automate it. You gotta take that out when the main vocal is there. It has to come out, because what happens is you're cluttering everything, and now certain words are hard to understand. Like I couldn't hear it, like understand certain words. The other thing was too much reverb. The reverb needed to get EQ'd on the high end a little bit, just scoop it up and like also bring it back a little bit, because what reverb is, you're creating a room. So now you created this huge room, and now the artist sounds like he's far. Mm-hmm. Bring that vocal up. Everything else was great about it. It's just that specific thing. It to me it takes away a lot from that record. But I think lyrically, musically, everything was great. I love the subject matter and everything. It's a song that I can hear myself listening to constantly.
Yeah,
honestly.
and and that's what you're gonna get when we get a lot of these artists here. Is a lot of them are going to be mixing right from home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And learning how to mix and those type of things. Eru, what's your thoughts? And the thing is though, your general listener may not even hear it.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Right. Right. But that's where I come in. I
Right.
try to point those things out so now you know, and you next time you're mixing it and you're working, you're like, I remember that what he told me. Let me try
Exactly.
and do that.
Exactly. And the thing that happens that a lot of artists don't understand too is even with if you have too much reverb, if the artist sounds small in the room, if it gets played on the radio, because the radio sends it through a certain amount of compression in order for it to hit the airwaves.
Right.
Now it sounds bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You lose
yeah.
a lot of the higher frequencies and the lower frequencies when
Right.
when it hits your car or whatever.
Eru?
Yeah, it's good to see you guys articulating that stuff because that's exactly what I heard. It was like a lot of delay. You feel like maybe the beat was a little bit too short coming in or whatever. Just the way when he's trying to say what he was trying to say. I feel like everything was kind of like behind a little bit. But the subject matter. I kind of could tell that his energy on a live show probably will be a lot more. So I feel like maybe the energy needs to be picked up a little bit because I enjoyed the subject matter. I enjoy him trying to be different or whatever. But his personality needs to come out a little bit more in his music because he got it. Because I enjoyed the song. He incorporated in crystals and this new age stuff, whatever, which a lot of people are into, like myself too. So I feel him on that. So I enjoyed it. But like I said, sonically with all the things you were talking about with the reverb and just the delays and the sound and stuff like that, that needs to be cleaned up. And then like I said, I also would love to see his personality because I'm quite sure if he performed this live, it would be like a totally different song. So he really should look into that. Dope song though. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about today too, man? Like a lot of these artists, they may perform live at a few places, but a lot of artists today, they're gonna make their living off of just digital streams, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, YouTube. You know what I mean? And you have artists now that make a living off of just that without even performing. You know what I mean? I think you take away from something if you don't perform live. If you don't give a venue or a way for your fans to come see you, talk to you, touch you, feel you, get autographs and things like that. If you don't give a chance for that, from your fans, I think you lose something there. But a lot of artists today make music online and just stay online. And because of that, the visuals really help tell the story of a song. Sometimes, I've listened to a lot of songs, from people who submit songs, and I've heard it without the visuals. And then when I see the visuals, the song takes on a whole different life. You know what I mean?
I think the visuals were dope. I really like with the green screen and all that.
Yeah, the visuals were dope. If you see, you seen the book from Elijah Muhammad, A Message to the Black Man, and then, some of the artwork he had in the imagery behind him, kind of told you the story, of the song and helped you to comprehend what the song was saying. You know what I mean? And visuals are important nowadays, without a doubt. Visuals definitely sell a song.
Right.
But all of these artists are pretty good. I think, Lloyd II was, I just didn't feel the originality, the authenticity from Lloyd II in that song. Didn't really feel the authenticity. The other two, J Wop, Mula, Da Vinci, I felt like they were both authentic. I felt like they both had good voices. Mula, obviously has some things with mixing that he probably would want to work on. And if he ever gets a chance to hear this video, and I will send it to him, he'll be able to hopefully take that advice. But overall, the three artists that we listened to today, man, if you had to choose, and ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of a practice week for us. We're listening to, some of the music, but next week is when the contest is really going to begin. But I did put in the chat, which song do you like best? You have J Wop, right? That was the first song that we listened to. All right, and actually, I thought that I put a a poll in the chat. I'll try to put it in there again. But which one did you like best? We had J-Wop. The name of the song was Gold. Right? And then we had Lloyd II. The name of the song was No Remorse. And then we had Mula Da Vinci. And the name of the song was Protect Your Peace. Every time I see it, I want to say protect your neck, but protect your peace. All right? Is the name of the song. If you had to choose, Darlie, of these artists, which one you would say, you know what? I want to bring this one to the studio. Which one would you choose?
J-Wop. That was the one from Arizona, right?
Yeah.
That's the first one?
Yeah.
J-Wop. Yeah. I just think the quality that he brought, just in general, it was very high. Personally, I'm sure whoever he's working with out there, he probably has a really good team. It just seems like it. The people around him are. When he was putting everything together, it needs more of this, more of that. And a lot of times what you're doing is you're hurting the record instead of just letting it be what it is.
Right. And I apologize for whatever reason. You know, I think I have a setting on my OBS, and when I try to type, it mutes it for some reason. So I apologize to everyone that it muted. What I was saying is that, you know, it would probably benefit Mula Da Vinci more to hit up the studio because Darlie could probably, you know, take his music to a higher level other than J-Wop. You know what I mean? And Darlie was kind of breaking some things down. So I apologize that the sound went out. It won't happen next week. I promise you that. Eru, if you had your choice between the three.
Definitely Mula Da Vinci, because I feel like J Wop, whoever he has like a great team behind him. Whoever's behind him, they're listening to him. You could tell that they're really working with his delivery and just the way that it sounds, just his manage, just his whole vibe. They have a character that they want for him, and they're executing it well. I feel like Mula Da Vinci, he might be more new to it. So everything you guys are saying about the sonic, you know, just the way that it sounds, that definitely needs to be corrected. But just what do you call it? Artist development? I feel like he needs to be a little bit more developed as an artist. You know, maybe somebody from outside the circle could kind of listen to him and help him bring out his personality. I think that's what, to me, listening to it and just watching him, I feel like he's just kind of like trying to come out of his shell. He knows what he wants to do. He knows what he wants to say, but it's just like a way somebody has to tap into that and help him break out of that shell, because he has something there. He has something there.
Yeah. And look, in the poll, I still put protect your neck. I didn't mean I meant to put protect your peace, and I put protect your neck. The name of the song by Mula Da Vinci is Protect Your Peace, ladies and gentlemen, not Protect Your Neck. Gregory Castillo pointed that out for me. And big shout out to who is that? I think it was Gregory Castillo who dropped the super chat in there. He said a certified banger alert, talking about that Protect Your Peace by Mula Da Vinci. And I'm looking in the chat right now. It's kind of 50%. J-Wop Gold and Mula Da Vinci Protect Your Peace. It's 50-50. So like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is kind of practice, right? But next week we'll have 3 new songs, and we'll hopefully have those artists on the line so that they can talk to us a little bit, about their music and give us some history of the song and the history of themselves, and we'll get a chance to, move people along in the contest. And then at the end of the month, we'll choose a winner to work with Darley at Atmosphere Audio, and then to do a spotlight. We'll have a first place and a second place winner. The first place will get to work with Darley and get a spotlight, and the second place winner will get a spotlight. So, that'll be that's pretty dope. Good promotion for you. You know what I mean?
And just to clarify, the spotlight is not just gonna be an interview. If we can get you in here, one of the things we like to do is like while we're making the song, we might just stream real quick and just have people show the process for a point of it, or even maybe have you perform your record that we just made here real quick, just to show people. And it's good promo for you as an artist. It will show what your process is like, and it'll bring you closer to new fans. It's really what's the point of it.
Yeah. That's what we're trying to do, man. So, I appreciate, we got 12 people in here tonight. I appreciate you guys big time for being here with us. Hopefully, as we continue to go, we pick it up and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And we have a wider and wider audience, so that we can help some of these independent artists get some more exposure. Some of them have good exposure. We like to help them get some more exposure.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what I want to do, Darley, is one more time for those who are just logging in or whatever it is. I want to show them what the studio looks like a little bit, if you don't mind. All right. So right here, this is Atmosphere Audio, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to take a look at it. Nice little promo from Darley. Atmosphere Audio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that right there. If you win at the end of the month, then this is the studio where you can be, you can be doing something.
Yeah, and it's gonna be. Don't think it's gonna be like 2-3 hours. I'm talking about. I'm locking out the whole day. We'll be here for 12 hours. The amount of music you can make in 12 hours, if you come prepared, is.
Bro, if you come prepared, you might be able to drop your album in 12 hours. If you really come ready to do some work, you might be able to drop your album in 12 hours. So, come prepared. If you win, come prepared.
Right.
Come prepared.
That's a big time blessing for an artist, man.
It is. That's a huge blessing, man. That's a huge blessing. And I see my man Kai Vase. Kai Vase been making some fire beats, Darley. Making some hot beats, man.
That's another thing we got to talk about is getting these guys off those YouTube beats. There's too many producers out here making too much fire for people to be going on YouTube and, not supporting local, producers and whatnot.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I want to do. I want to get, maybe if somebody needs better beat selection, we can, put them together with other producers, and everyone is happy because everyone's making money that way and collaborating and everything.
Yeah, man. And that's what we're trying to do here, man. We're trying to create that kind of an atmosphere, that kind of community. And I know, I've been in and out because there's some things happening with YouTube, but we back in full effect. So we want to create and build this community of independent artists, producers, label owners, whatever it is, man. We want to create that community right here. So we need you guys' help. Get some other people in here. We need to be every stream 200-300 people every time we do underground radio. Right. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? That's how we build and create that community. Because then, we can set up times where we do some in-person stuff. We can do an in-person show. I mean, like it can go in a multitude of ways if we build this community. You know what I mean? So we need help from you all building this community up of independent artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and show off. I want guys to show off where they're from. Like that. We got a guy from Arizona, which was a treat for me to hear somebody from Arizona. Got Maryland, and what was Mula from? Mula Da Vinci.
I'm not sure. I got to check it out. I'm not sure. I think I seen a search that Calabasas or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I'm with it, man. I want to hear what the experience from other people from other regions, because I mean, we all get the whole New York vibe, we get the LA vibe, we get the down south vibe. Arizona, I don't know what's going on over there, so I want to see the authenticity from these different areas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yes, if we build this community, we can really, we can do something and really create a venue where artists that normally would not get the recognition can get some recognition, because that's what I do with, when people submit music. I get a lot of music submitted. Some of it is just not good. I'm not even gonna lie. And I always, I give them feedback. I might get 10, 15 songs a day, and I give people feedback and just tell them exactly what I hear. And the artists that are good enough to get through that they get on here. But we want to develop that kind of community, man, where we can grow together, build together, and grow together, and continue to move the culture forward. That's what it's all about.
Right.
Moving the culture forward and helping people to learn and learn how to support and grow themselves, become entrepreneurs, things like that.
And Tim, I can also see about getting people here who are on the business side of music, like in licensing and that kind of stuff, and teaching, young people and, artists, whatever, about the business, because there's a lot of ignorance, and, I just don't want people to get suckered into bad deals and things like that, because, it can ruin your life if you don't know what you're doing. For real.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. Well, listen, right now in the chat, in the poll that I put in the chat, Mula Da Vinci, Protect Your Peace is 64%, J-Wop 36%. And I think that's because a lot of people probably understand the same thing that we were saying is, you can, him getting into this kind of a studio can probably help him to grow even more. You know what I mean?
Right.
So what I am going to do, I'm going to reach out to Mula Da Vinci and talk to him a little bit. And maybe he can come back next week and talk to us next week. Maybe submit another track. I tell him, what happened today. What we talked about, and then, try to see if we can get him in here next week, and maybe he'll submit another song, and we'll have a whole new group of songs next week.
Right.
To listen to and evaluate. Let me see. Today's the 17th. We jump back on next, almost it's going to be Thursday or Friday. We'd like to have a consistent date. But I guess we would start off with doing 2 weeks, and then we would make a decision for the first one on September 30th, and then in October start it all over again. Right. That way at least we get it started.
Well, I found Mula on Twitter. He's from Georgetown, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to the Carolinas.
Yeah, okay. All right. Hey, and you know what? Listen, that's not too far from New York. He might, if he knows he's getting 12 hours of free studio time, he might make that trip.
Right.
He might find a way to make that trip.
I would.
Pull up, man.
Yeah.
Get you some coochie free throws,
That's almost $1,000 of free studio time.
Yeah, word. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But hey, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you guys for being on. We appreciate your time, and you know what? We might as well, I guess, we can roll out of here. I'll play Mula Da Vinci's track one more time as we roll out of here. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Look forward to us being back next week. All right. We'll talk about the time. I'm thinking, Darley, it might work a little better for me doing about 9:30 because I do have basketball practice.
No, it's no problem.
Yeah, so, it kind of changes things up. So look forward to that notification for next Thursday. Underground Radio, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's head out of here with Mulu Da Vinci, Protect Your Peace.
Y'all ready for this?
Look, I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace, Gotta keep my third eye open, cause a lot of niggas mad on the low that I'm chosen. The feelings that you hold like your hairline, need to let it go like you Elsa from Frozen. I accept who I am, why you cynical? I invest in my plans for residuals. I've been seeing a return on my manifestations. I just stayed down and remain patient. Used to wonder as a kid why everybody hated on Chris, but everybody loved Raymond. Used to feel like a chef when I cook ramen. Now it give me major pain like my name Damon. Bad vibes got me rubbing on my crystals. Bad vibes got me clutching on my pistol. I'm a little bipolar, gotta let you know the deal, so you better keep it kosher like a pickle. I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace. Look, I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace. Look, smoke medication while I'm meditating. Big Dutch like a glove full of Gary Payton. Looking in the sky through the universe. I'm kinda high, RN like a student nurse. Never really was a fan of religion. I understand more, now I'm tapped into my spirit. I be fucking up the game like a cheat code. I get high, listen to Janae Aiko, for real though. I'ma do anything to remain peaceful. We are not equal. Disrespect me, I'ma shoot him in his foot. Get the pinky like it's Delarice toe. I'm a monster in the future cause I'm on beast mode. I gotta keep that heater on wherever we go. Cause it's a very cold world as far as we know. I can see through the bullshit. So don't classify me a woke rapper cause I'm doing this. I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace. Look, I've been protecting my peace, I keep a crystal on me, I feel the energy, you are an enemy, leaving them resting in peace.